Towns and villages on Long Island are declaring states of emergency as Hurricane Erin draws closer. Surf is blasting coastlines, and ocean beaches are closed to swimming.
And as Jennifer McLogan reports, residents are bracing for possible flooding and widespread erosion.
Long Islanders and tourists came to water's edge to observe the drama unfold. At Shinnecock Inlet in Hampton Bays, the nervous watched from their cars.
We do prioritize safety, keep each other, watch each other, always observing who's where.
Surfers were called ashore as beaches everywhere closed to swimming. Commercial fishing boats docked to ride out the storm. At West Hampton's Lashley Beach, signs of erosion, exposed cliffs, stairs to nowhere.
There's less beach every year, sadly enough.
The weather forecast has for 12 to 16-foot surf, very, very high tides. There definitely will be beach erosion.
Robert Truehold is mayor of Quogue, a village in Southampton town, among those declaring a state of emergency.
Truckloads of sand to build up an artificial temporary dune to hopefully keep wash from coming here.
There's a concern of widespread dune erosion if overwashes materialize during the next high tides.
The coastal erosion, the potential damage to the beaches and the dunes is at the top of our list with this incoming storm.
Southampton's Emergency Management Director Ryan Murphy walked us past stockpiled sand, says he's bringing in heavy equipment and keeping vehicles off Dune Road at high tide.
So that you don't lose these beautiful beaches that Long Island has.
The Minardi's from upstate New York chose this week for vacation.
So we set up, we're like probably the only ones with a wagon and everything, but it's still fun.
This is the day we got. So we have to do the best we can.
Safety is number one as Erin moves closer to our shores. On Long Island, Jennifer McLogan, CBS News, New York.
Lonnie Quinn joins us now. And Lonnie, it really speaks to the power of this storm. You said earlier it's still hundreds of miles off the coast, and it's still causing this havoc.
The closest the storm's going to get is maybe 400 miles from our shore, and it's still churning up the big waves. Now, as storms weaken, they get bigger. And when they get bigger, there's just more surface area that's being churned up by the storm, so you'll deal with the effects a little bit longer. Maybe not as extreme if it was a bigger storm, a stronger storm, but with it being wider, well, you deal with it for a number of days. So let me get you outside, guys. I'll show you what we currently have. We have some raindrops on the lens, but their drops are not Erin-related raindrops. It's 65 degrees. The raindrops that you see out there currently are all related to our front. That is really our friend. All right, Jessica and I were talking about this earlier in the newscast. This is the front that's exerting the pressure on Erin. That's outflow right there. That's the very edge of the cloud cover right there, all associated with Erin. This front is preventing it from coming on shore. So let's show you the big picture. So here's our front. And like I said, that's all related to Erin right there, that cloud cover that's off of Cape May. So this is stalled right now, okay, where it goes red, blue, that's a stalled front. It's sitting stationary. Well, that's not helping anybody. We need this to get moving to keep it from coming on shore. And watch what's going to happen. If this front, let's say, okay, this front right here, all right, if all of this mechanism just wasn't in the picture, the door is open. This storm comes on shore. That would happen, all right? With the fronts there, let me show you how it's going to work out. So I'll try to trace it with you since it's kind of ragged. But right here we got that stalled front, and then here's the other front. So watch, put it into motion. Front's trying to come on shore. The front is nudging it. So your front at this point is absorbed in this upper cloud cover right here, but that's your front, and it's done its job. But we still have the effects of it. The biggest effects we get, dangerous rip currents. Bar none, that's the biggest effect. Big waves will lead to some beach erosion. Coastal flooding is also a possibility, but the dangerous rip current is right now running at a high risk. If you're in the water today or tomorrow, it's dangerous. Lots of beaches are closed. They should all be closed. All right? This is for today and tomorrow because these are only issued for every 48 hours. I'm telling you, it's going to be issued for Friday as well. So I'd make alternate plans if you were looking for a beach day on Friday. Maybe you can salvage Saturday, but let's wait to see how it all plays out. All right? That's the rip current situation. As far as coastal flooding, all those areas shaded in dark green, that's where you could have 1 to 3 feet of inundation, so it's relatively on the minor side. But again, the storm is 400 miles away from us. The worst time period is going to be the Thursday night high tide, possibly Fridays as well. But Thursday night's high tide will be the worst of it, and then let's get by that and see how we play out. Winds, farther east you go, the bigger the winds. Could be some 30 to 45 mile per hour winds out there along our beaches. And remember, if you're looking at tropical storm force winds, they begin at 39. I think a good chunk of the area could see tropical storm force winds, maybe the lower end, but they're out there. Inland, maybe 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. So the 7-day forecast, we have a first alert for your day tomorrow because of the effects of Erin. By Friday, boy, it looks so much better. It's interesting, okay? I think on Thursday afternoon, as Erin is making its closest pass, 400 miles offshore, I think we're going to see some sunshine on Thursday afternoon. But it's a coastal system, and it's churning those waters up. Friday, it's a lot of sunshine. You want to go to the beach. I'm saying no to the beach for Friday. I think it's still a concern in the waters. Saturday, perhaps better at 84. Sunday, it's not a bad-looking day. I know you see that lightning bolt out there, but I think that's later in the day where you could see a shower or storm kick in around 82. And then next week, you know, by the time you get to Wednesday, you're back with high temperatures in the 70s, feeling kind of fall-like.
A lot of people like to watch the waves. I mean, as long as you stay out of the water.
You know what? That's the big concern, is staying out of the water. I'm with you. I love watching a storm brew.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lonnie.
All right. Thanks, Lonnie.